Hello and welcome to another post on John's Poetry Channel. Today I'm going to read you three poems with an ecological theme. Two of them are by Gerard Manley Hopkins and the third is by Charlotte Mew. So we'll start with Gerard Manley Hopkins' poem Inverness. This darksome burn, horseback brown, his roll rock high road roaring down, in coop and in comb, the fleece of his foam flutes, and low to the lake falls home. A wind-puff bonnet of fawn froth turns and twindles over the broth of a pool so pitch black, fell frowning. It rounds and rounds, despair to drowning. Degged with dew, dappled with dew are the groins of the braes that the brook treads through, wiry heath-packs, flitches of fern, and the bead bonny ash that sits over the burn. What would the world be once bereft of wet and of wildness? Let them be left, oh let them be left, wildness and wet. Long live the weeds and the wilderness yet. And the second poem by Hopkins is called Binsey Poplars. It is about the cutting down of trees, and it links therefore directly to the third poem I'm going to read, Charlotte Mew's The Trees Are Down. But first, Hopkins' Binsey Poplars, felled 1879. My aspens dear, whose airy cages quelled or quenched in leaves the leaping sun, all felled, are all felled. Of a fresh and following folded rank, not spared, not one that dandled a sandaled shadow, that swam or sank on meadow and river and wind-wandering, weed-winding bank. Oh, if we but knew what we do when we delve or hew, hack and rack the growing green, since country is so tender to touch, her being so slender, that like this sleek and seeing ball, but a prick will make no eye at all. Where we, even where we mean to mend her, we end her. When we hew or delve, aftercomers cannot guess the beauty been. 10 or 12, only 10 or 12 strokes of havoc unselve the sweet especial scene. Rural scene, a rural scene, sweet, especial rural scene. And now we come to our third poem, which is by Charlotte Mew. Charlotte Mew was a little more recent than Hopkins. He was basically late 19th century and she's early 20th century. So it's possible that she might have known the Hopkins poems. Certainly, this one, The Trees Are Down, there's a definite echo in subject matter of Hopkins's Binsey Poplars. It starts off with an epigraph from the Book of Revelation. The trees are down. And he cried with a loud voice, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees. Revelation. They are cutting down the great plane trees at the end of the gardens. For days there has been the grate of the saw, the swish of the branches as they fall, the crash of the trunks, the rustle of trodden leaves, with the whoops and the whoa, the loud common talk, the loud common laughs of the men above it all. I remember one evening of a long past spring, turning in at a gate, getting out of a cart, and finding a large dead rat in the mud of the drive. I remember thinking, alive or dead, a rat was a God-forsaken thing, but at least, in May, that even a rat should be alive. The week's work here is as good as done. There is just one bough on the roped bowl in the fine grey rain, green and high and lonely against the sky, down now. And but for that, if an old dead rat did once for a moment unmake the spring, I might never have thought of him again. It is not for a moment the spring is unmade today. These were great trees. It was in them from root to stem. When the men with the whoops and the whoas have carted the whole of the whispering loveliness away, half the spring for me will have gone with them. It is going now, and my heart has been struck with the hearts of the plains. Half my life it has beat with these, in the sun, in the rains, in the March wind, the May breeze, in the great gales that came over to them across the roofs from the great seas. There was only a quiet rain when they were dying. They must have heard the sparrows flying and the small creeping creatures in the earth where they were lying. But I, all day, I heard an angel crying, "Hurt not the trees."